This is Showtime, my hype man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Hi, and good morning, and welcome to Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. We got a brand new show. We got an outstanding guest. But before we get started, it's important for those who are viewing us around the world. We are broadcasting live on Instagram. We are broadcasting live on YouTube channel on Philly Hot Radio. That's 2T. Also, Dr. Rock, you can go to her Facebook page. Also, Showtime the Hype Man has a Facebook page. We are all over every social media that allow us to do. Because of a lot of people want to shy away from social media, but we realize that if me and Dr. Rock want to have a radio show and make sure that the world will get a chance to see what we are doing every Saturday morning from 10 to 11. We was a little slow this morning because of technology. We want our callers to know that the phones maybe not being active, but I'll be playing with the phone line off and on when we talk to our guests, because I know the devil is a liar. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my partner, my co-host, because if I'm not here, she is the host of the show. She's the woman that's behind the scene that makes these shows successful. I could not do without Dr. Rock every Saturday morning. She haven't given me no money. She haven't said I'm gonna give you a little lollipop, a bag of blow pops and candies and Reese cups and all that stuff. No, she didn't give me that. I speak from the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Rock.
All right, good morning, everyone. Dr. Rock is in the house. I'm happy to wake up this morning because a lot of times a lot of people didn't wake up. Mm-hmm. So I just want to, thank you everybody for tuning in. Whoever's tuning in, thank you for that. Thank you for all our supporters. We really appreciate it. Mm-hmm. What I want to talk about, I always have a prayer list here because we all need prayer. Mm-hmm. Without prayer, where would we be? So we all do. So I do want to mention the names that need prayer. Mayoshi Kanti, Donna Revis, Robin Griffin, and Rashawn Medley. So what I'm doing is just letting everybody know these are the people for prayer. And if you know anybody else that needs prayer, you can always reach out to me because, like I said, prayer is the answer. Without prayer, where would we be? So, I always announce it on Saturdays, as far as the prayer for everyone. And also pray for me, I'll pray for you. And I just want to say, everything that's going on in this world, we all do need prayer for everything that's going on, because it's not really, things that's going on is really, really bad. So without prayer, we cannot make it out in the world. What you think, Showtime? Because, I'm talking about the COVID. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the vaccine. Now they don't have enough of them, and it's just a lot of things. And also, it's when you by you being with the different things with the COVID, people do show their true colors too. So I do want everybody to know that.
Well, I want to thank you, Dr. Rock, for that announcement. And we know that prayer has got us through so many things. And I have learned, practice even with my grandson, about prayer. Mm-hmm. And that is the most powerful vehicle that any man and woman can have. Even the President of the United States believes in prayer. So it's important that we follow that tradition all through our life, because I have a testimony and a story where prayer does work. That's right. So we want to thank you, Dr. Rock, for you sending out the prayer for those who are needing prayer. We lost a legend, John Chaney, in the city of Philadelphia. Oh, yes. Also, we love the Black Queen.
Oh, yes, Cicely
Tyson.
Yes.
Where that was royalty.
Icon.
She was a royalty icon.
Yes.
To set a tone for us to play parts in big screen movies. Mm-hmm. I want to give the Black Queen her props on Philly Hot Radio, Whistle While You Work. Mm-hmm. That is an honor that everything you have done to show that you are a black queen when it comes to that.
Yeah.
So also John Chaney, we want you to rest in peace, that he took Temple to 17 NCAA tournaments in the legacy of the city. So we want to thank John Chaney. Also, we want to thank Hank Aaron, also has paid and passed away to another legend that opened doors and broke the Babe Ruth records in baseball. We have seen this structure of COVID-19 has affected some of our legends that are past. Even the little people, ordinary people, had passed away where most people not getting knowledge because of the media. So we want to send our prayer out for all the victims already. Then also what is going on, Dr.
Well,
Rob?
I want to give a shout out to Isha Malloy. She lost her aunt. It was her aunt yesterday from COVID.
Okay.
People, and then I was looking at CNN this morning.
Okay.
And it really brought, really was sad to see. It's a lady that has a program that she sits on virtual, and they talk about the loss that they had, like 5 or 6 women on there. They lost their husbands, and I'm talking about 40 years old, 30-something years old. It's just a sad thing. That's why I tell people take it serious. If you don't want to wear your mask, okay. My thing is, you're cute if you have the mask on. I don't even know why people don't want to wear it because, you just have to do that. And to save lives because people are dying. You might be asymptomatic and you might not know you have it and stuff, but you still got to protect yourself for other people because other people will get it faster. And that's why I tell people this. I stress it to you every week, every weekend. I wear my mask all the time. I try to wear. I don't care if I'm talking to you. I don't care if I go to the doctor's. I don't where I go. I wear my mask. And I'm not just saying that. We do at Philly Hot Radio. We do too. We try to practice safety first.
That is correct. Yeah. I'm glad that Dr. Rocker brought that up. For those who maybe watch the morning show, I'm in here by myself. So if I'm here by myself, for those who maybe just want to pick that Showtime, good morning, Rosie, that I wear my mask off here because I'm in here by myself. That means that it's safe. There's no visible man in here. It's no people in here. I'm in here by myself. The door is closed. So we appreciate people who are concerned about Showtime the Hype Man. I know that if I'm with Dr. Rock or our co-host or bring people, I know to wear my mask. So I just want to make sure that our audience and our viewer take it because I know that people will attack you. I had a video 3 years ago when people went, never viewed me, never said nothing, but soon they jumped on me. That's what we do as my culture. See, I know my culture. I've been 59 years dealing with y'all. So we're gonna talk about real quick, Dr. Rock, that I want to give the mayor and all the city council people, the Congress, the senators, well job doing. I support the Democratic Party in the city of Philadelphia. I just want them to know that I apologize for anything I maybe said in the past. I want to start something new, build a relation, and help the city of Philadelphia. So far as 40 deaths already has passed last year when it comes to murder. Also, we are seeing called armed robberies where people parking on the boulevard, and these guys get out their car, and we're seeing so much robbery going on in the city of Philadelphia. And also the murder rate already is at 40. I'm hoping that I didn't say anything to break the policy with Facebook of me talking about the condition of murders in the city of Philadelphia. 40. They said we already moving in the wrong direction in the beginning because no one has found a way. So that's another show because I hate keep talking about it. It was 500 people in 2020.
Yeah.
Now we at 40 and it's already January. If you do the math, that we're seeing nothing has been done, and we're seeing armed robbery across this city more than ever. And not to disrespect the city, the new commissioner. Want to make sure that the mayor made a choice. That's what he do. I don't want to say anything wrong so no one say that Showtime the Hype Man or Dr. Rock on our show. We're trying to build bridges with people to help and find a way to solve these problems. I want to make that clear to our audience. So I want to thank those. The phone lines are working. I want you to know that, Dr. Rock.
So 484-477-6348. Again, 484-477-6348. call up everyone. Anybody wants to call up?
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
That's right, we're live. And so what's been going on, Dr. Rock? You looking nice with your yellow, and you see the coordination with the mask. The brothers, we just wear black masks, so we don't know how to do all that,
Right,
cool
you see
stuff.
so
we
it's a beautiful day. I got my daisies. I guess they call it
your flower.
Roses, flowers.
It looks nice, Dr. Rock.
Flowers on. But everything's good. I still do my exercise every morning. I still get out and do what I need to do. I'm helping the children, and it's a blessing to be able to help them. I'm helping them more virtually, but they will be going back to school, hopefully in February, just for K-2. So I will be working with 5th graders, so I guess I'll still be virtually right now, for now, but I'm not sure how they work, but I know that, it's safety first, and the kids definitely are great kids. The school that I work at, they're great kids, and we all know that they are future, so they come first, and their safety come first. So that's why they're figuring out what to do and how to make it safe for the kids to come back to school.
Wow. I want to piggyback on that, and I want to thank all the teachers. We want to give a prayer to every teacher, the school district of City of Philadelphia, and also the relationship that the governor and the mayors and all them are pushing to get the kids back in school, and I think that's a good thing. But also,
and those who know me, they know I retired, but guess what? Teacher never ends.
Okay.
I want people to know teacher never ends. You can retire, but you still go to help the kids, and that's a blessing to be able to help the kids.
Okay. So, and I'm glad you said that, Dr. Rock. And we want to send out our prayers to the children that's doing homeschool with the computers and the laptops. And I have seen Zoom classes where sometimes the computer doesn't work and it not be accurate to rough. We cannot put the pressure on the kids at 8 and 9 and 7 years old that are dealing with classes inside home, and where a lot of the teachers are also frustrated that sometimes the Zoom and they not really participate during the homework assignments. But we know we're going to get through this. We know that the experts that really design everything and those who are behind the scene to make sure that our kids in the city and all cities are getting the best education at this time. We all suffering during this COVID-19, even our kids. So Dr. Rock, when you're home every day dealing with your students, your students, what are you getting while they're watching you? Do they move a lot, or you're seeing, are they focusing more, or if they don't have a parent watching them?
Well, when I go and I teach the kids, I tell them, I said, everything you're doing now on virtual, anything you did in hybrid, when you were in school, which is hybrid, everything applies. For example, the rules, okay? You raise your hand if you want to go to the bathroom. These are, that's the rules of the classroom. You do not call out, you can't talk while the teacher's talking. So my thing is when I get on there, like I say, you have to let the kids know that even though we are virtual, everything is still the same. Because you want them to realize and not forget, because I even said when I'm on there and the kids have to type in things or they type in whatever they need, I also tell them to get a paper and pencil and write. And you know why I tell them to write? Because writing is more, to me, for them to write things, because so they won't forget. Because a lot of times kids forget, they don't want to write. They so used to doing it on computer now. So any kind of activity we have, I tell them to get a paper and pencil. You're going to practice writing because you don't want to forget. Because sometimes if you don't use it, you lose it. And then what I mean by that is they have to learn how to write, because when you get to a certain grade, a certain grade level, that they grade you on your handwriting skills.
I want to ask you a question, Dr. Rock, and I'm glad that God has allowed us to talk about education. Then we're going to bring our guests in. I have watched, and I'm glad you said that, writing skills, and where most children, because of the laptops that we give them, the iPads that we gave them, and kids at 8 years old, good morning. My sister came on here. We want to thank D. Duke from Winfield section doing a great job. I want to thank my sister Nazia and Julian Strong on here. She's on here. We have so many of y'all. We want to thank all of y'all. And Nazim, we want to thank each and every one of y'all. The masses maybe be hard for us if you make it understand, but we are giving the shout outs to the best of our ability.
Well, you know what? I'd rather y'all hear us and be safe.
So basically, we want to thank also Strong Jules, got an outstanding radio show. You can follow her. But what we're saying today, that I have watched the children, and as my grandson come on, the teachers and monitor, and some of the students are quick to get off because of the technology of these new game boards that we have on our big TV. So I'm trying to find ways to play a part, because some of the kids, hey Andrew, yeah, we see Miss Howard, we see so many of y'all. We want to thank all of y'all.
I see my people.
So basically,
hey, Rosie.
Let's continue to help our children.
Keith.
Those who are grandparents are raising their children in the public system, and I believe that the public system is doing a great job in the city. I want to thank the mayor of the city of Philadelphia, Governor Wolf, and all the council people that played a major role trying to find ways to help out.
You know,
so we want to say that. So Dr. Rock, want to introduce our guests and whatever Dr. Rock want to piggyback.
Yes, I was saying it is kind of, all praise.
What Dr. Rock?
Philly Hot Radio. Philly Hot Radio.
At least we know.
You know, I want to say I give all praises to the teachers and everybody who's out there teaching the kids, because they do a great job. I do see some of them on there, and they're doing a great job of teaching. So, the kids. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's all praises.
Philly Hot Radio.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, oh gosh, I'm tired. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say a comment, like for the school children. One of the problems is parents need to start being parents and not trying to be their kids' friends. Take that technology away from them. You know what I mean? Be consistent. That's why a lot of the children can't have read, can't have write, because the parents let them get on the iPads, get on the tablets, get on the cell phone. I mean, like, who's in charge? They act like they're scared of the kids. I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And see, when everything's virtual now, and it's just like, because I hear a lot of kids, and you tell them to put the camera on, and a lot of times you don't know what they're doing in the back. Are they, are they listening? Are they listening? So, but my thing is, I do see, the school I work with, they're trying. I think the kids are very good. I love the kids. The kids are very respectful, and they will do what you tell them to do when it comes to, like, put your camera on. I want to see, who we working with, because you have to do that. And like, it's not an easy thing for anybody, but it's it's working. I can say it's working. And they do have programs.
I'm just saying, people got to put down on boundaries and, like outside of that, have them sit down and read a book. Have them write stuff out. Right.
Well, because I stress about reading. I always tell the kids, if you go home and you don't have nothing to do, get a book and read. I mean, because reading is very important. Because if you can't read, you can't do math. And I tell them that, because math is, you have to read the problems, so you have to learn how to do, so reading is very important. And I tell them, get a book. If you want, don't look at TV all the time, just get a book and read, and not just, so it's really, like I say, my hat goes off, and the praises go to all the teachers, all the principals, all the counselors, everybody that works with children. Praises to you all, because it's not an easy thing. And the kids, they are our future, and they come first, and we all need to realize that and make sure they first, whatever we do for schools.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, Sharon, I want to say something to piggyback. Then we're going to introduce our guest. You said something to me that stuck with me, where we are the parents, and I had allowed my grandson, because I bought him a phone, I gave him an iPad, and I let him know that you didn't have these things before. All of a sudden now, these things has become a powerful vehicle. Even with the show, we talked about the phones with parents and children, everybody inside the house or looking at the phone and not really paying attention. I feel that the technology has become a distractive of the human race of being parents, and we feel that giving the phone or the iPad has become more distracting so I can do what I want to do. And I have saw the behaviors of my grandson needed the phone or the iPad even go to bed. It's a big distraction. So I want to thank you, Sharon, for calling in, but we're going to introduce our guest.
Yeah, thank you, Sharon. But I wanted to say one more thing. Thank you so much. I wanted to say one more thing. When you said about your grandson, it's you know, you do have some parents that are on it, you know, because they said to me, if I'm here, and if I find out, you can call me. If I find out the camera's off and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, call me up, because I'll be right there. So, you know, you do have some parents that
I know you firm. I can see that, Dr. Rogers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you gotta let them know. But I'm just saying, you do have parents that care, that's there for their kids, and they will make sure they're doing the right thing when they're on virtually.
Okay, well, good. Introduce
but I want to give a shout out to my people before we finish. Tiffany, Keith Jones, Roger, James Robinson, Keith Jones, Aline, Keith Jones, Eugene Harris, Rosie Shrump Caldwell. And if I don't pronounce your name right, I'm just letting you know.
Thank you, Dr. Rock. I think I'll be the only one. They're like we got our glasses on.
Kevin Davis, Mitch Robinson, Gary Sykes, Kevin Reed, and Nasir. All right, I'm just letting y'all know. Thank you so much for supporting us and listening to our radio show. Thank you.
Hi, this is Showtime, the hype man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
All right, I want to introduce our guest. His name is Eric Williams. And I just also have something to brag about. He is my relative. He is my cousin. So, you know, I'm bragging about that.
Oh, yeah, you tell.
Yes,
boy, y'all funny.
He's from an organization, PIA, and he's doing a great job. So I'm going to let you talk to him. And his name is Eric Williams, my cousin.
It's on you, Eric.
Thank you, Cuz. Thank you, Showtime, for having me. So before we start, you all brought up a key topic, talk about the virtual learning. So I have a daughter who's a kindergarten, and the son is the first grade, and the daughter is 14, and they're all going through a combination of virtual and hybrid learning. So I'm there from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. 5 days a week. So you know that's essential that the parents are there, you know, for our children. So just to introduce myself, my name is Eric Williams. I'm founder of Project Elijah Empowering Autism. Also short for PIA is a autism foundation that I started 16 years ago and named after my son Elijah, who's now 22. So at the age of 3, he was diagnosed with autism. You all see all the media outlets with talking about autism now, but back when I first learned that my son had autism, there wasn't all the notoriety that it's getting now. Yes. So I just did some basic internet research, and back then you're looking at a phone book, everything wasn't the tap of a computer screen, tablet, or phone, but I became irate from the West Philly community right at the 60th of Walnut. So rather than complain, I created my own change. So I started this without no knowledge of working with families with autism, operated a nonprofit. I started my own. And my cousin here, Roxanne, she was with me when we first rolled PIA out years ago, helping me along the way, because that's her background, so I relied on my cousin's expertise, and from there we just continued to grow. So as I mentioned earlier, this is our 16th year of providing free year-round services to individuals who are faced with autism on a daily basis. So I'm just glad to be a philanthropist who cares about making a difference in the community. I thank you for this platform to allow us to get our story out, because realizing that our heroes aren't on TV and who we see. Our heroes are, you know, us sitting across the table from each other, trying to better the communities. So I'm always willing to engage and get the message out, yet supporting the vision of others. So that's what brings me here, other than, like she said, that's my cousin. And my new homie Showtime, I'm right across from you, so I really like what they had going on. And my cousin didn't just call me up to say, hey, listen, I need you for a guest, but I actually, before I came on, I always do my R&D, research and development. So I I've been following the show here and there, so I really like what the staple that they're trying to implement in the community. So I'm so transparent with my life and what I'm doing because, you know, in order to make this grow, I had to put myself out there. So most of the things that I do, I don't even get a chance to spend time with my son until before or after. So what we do at PIA, we provide education and recreational resources. So we do tennis, basketball, bowling, golf, computers, technology, field trips, and then also I do parent support trainings and workshops for anybody that's in need of help. So with COVID being where it is since last year, we started a virtual platform called PIA Pals. Started off with a few families. They're just interested. I miss my family, so I told them that I'm doing this Zoom chat, and from there it just took wind. So now our upcoming Zoom PIA Pals, we starting a new season up. It'll be February 7th, the 21st, March 21st, and April the 18th. So I'll make sure I share that with you all.
Yes.
So we could get that resource out there. But I'm here. I'm always willing to answer questions to better lives of our families with autism.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you know, you have been, you know, he has definitely been the best parent when it comes to autism with his son and everything. He always put him first. He always helped him. And I really appreciate him for everything he did. And when I was a part of PIA, which I still consider a part of PIA.
Absolutely.
Yes. But when I just see all the stuff that it was just so dynamic, like everything that he was doing with the kids. And they got their social skills, you know, because you know with autistic is their social skills and stuff. And because he was doing all these things to help the children, I mean, you can see the difference in how more they talk. You know, because you have kids and they don't talk as much, you know, because you got Asperger's, which, you know, maybe people might not know what Asperger's is, but, you know, then you have just autism. So a lot of times with autism, the social skills is the most of the problems with, because they can't socially describe or talk to. They don't like to talk. They shut down, you know, when it comes to that. So, but because he has this program, and they go to play tennis, they play all kinds of sports, and it's just like so wonderful to see him. And his son is just like, I was hoping that he would came with you, but
Gotta keep him safe.
yeah, you gotta keep him safe, and that's why he didn't bring him, because he was keeping him safe. But his son is like dynamic. I mean, it's like for other kids, he's very, very, you know, to show other kids, you know, where he's at for his autism.
I want to say something, and for those who are watching us, because for those who know, when I speak, I'm a spiritual person. And what I heard a father and a person that's concerned of all children, in spite of that his son. And I know that this radio show that me and Dr. Rock has put together, and I want to thank you first for coming on this show, and also doing a feedback and watching us and make sure this is the right show for you to come on. We are doing something, it's called a new wave. And the new wave bring new ideas and more creative, because we have feel that the old wave has dominated and we're not getting the information because they don't want to share. I don't want to put black and white in it. I want to make that clear to my audience, because it's important that because of the condition, soon I say something, I have to put the other word they put in. But we need more fathers like him, where millions of people across this country has hid their children inside of one room and maybe being embarrassed, where these kids have nothing. But we have treatments, we have books, we have parents like him had done the research to jab in it. God is using you to put you on a new intersection with this. I'm not a counselor and I don't know as much about it, but what I feel, the work that you have done for 16 years, did I get that right?
Yes, that's correct.
And I want to thank Dr. Rock again, because Dr. Rock, one for her, we allow different types of shows that we have to come on. Do you feel that it's hard to raise money when it comes to the community that you come from, Significant Walnut? We have a phone call. Let's use the phone and then we get back.
Radio.
Good morning. This is Double D. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, Double D.
I wish y'all a great show and what have you. This young man that you all have on there, God bless him because
Yes.
that they're having the autism piece is a thing. And a friend of mine, his son is autistic. And you know that the government, just for his information, the government does hire children or young adults with disabilities such as autism. As long as they functional and they can work, they will hire him. His son works for the government right now, my buddy. So God bless you, bro. Keep putting in the work you're putting in with the children, what have you. And you guys have a great show. Love and respect always.
No, thank you, Double D. We really appreciate you.
And also, he hung up. Double D want to pray for his wife. Not to say that I'm telling what's wrong or anything, but she definitely is in our prayer, Double D. So that's what I'm going to say. So back to you. The world is watching you.
Yes.
And the social media. We didn't come on this show asking for a piggyback or asking, but we're bringing some awareness to the world that are watching us live on YouTube and also on Instagram and Facebook Live. We're reaching out for those who are watching us around the world that even though this show that me and Dr. Rock does, that it may not go sky high with views because we are speaking the truth in real stories. And I'm not going to come here and show lust. We're not going to show sex. We are promoting education to help to wake up our community because the old wave has dominated us for years. So we want to bring a whole new wave coming to Philly Hott Radio and also positive energy. So how are you dealing with organizations when you see white organization maybe get more money, and not to say that because of that, and it's okay for me to say that because this is for all people. Have you seen when it comes to us getting financial contributions and big celebrities that maybe some of the NBA players that do have money, some of the local Afro-American business in our community, but when we come for money, they close the door and say, yeah. What was your role when you started 16 years and now it got a little bit more easy? I hope it got a little more easy. Talk to our audience about that.
Yeah, and that's a great question that I'm also, I'm asked. So I'm gonna answer that in what I call a tier phase. So when I started up until now, the hardest thing is one, getting our culture out there, get them out of denial.
What I say is a
have
problem.
them be active, have them be okay with living with an individual with a special need, intellectual disability, physical disability, it doesn't matter. So as we're implementing PIA, because we were right there at Shepherd Recreation Center, 57th and Haven for years, Park 52nd and Parkside. So I'm a product of the environment, and I'm proud to serve a population that I'm affected by every day. So what better place to go to in your own backyard? So people feel that PIA is a great community resource. However, they'll go outside of that and to other neighborhoods to participate in that. Pay all of these insurance waivers, go through all of the technicalities of being on a waiting list and so forth. Here it is, you got a program in your own backyard that's judgment-free, safe and nurturing environment from people who care and people that look like us, in a sense. So one of the things that is tough to grow financially, because when potential investors look at what you're doing, they always look at numbers, because numbers and statistical data tells everything. So if I'm holding a program in to where I feel like I got the best staff ever, because they all care and they all get it. And when finances is short, they volunteer. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that, because they know it all works on the back end. But if you go out there and a person from the government comes out, or a potential investor, and they only see 2 to 3 children, you know what I mean? To them, it's not worth it, because you don't have this, as some people say, strength in numbers.
Right.
So it's a hard way to gauge whether it's beneficial or not. However, when I sit there and I talk to the families and I see them week after week, year after year, then I know how beneficial it is. However, the financial part is different. Now, so PIA is one in 39 U.S. cities and 11 countries. So I speak all over the world to different groups, and with the virtual platform now, I get a chance to exercise my internal feeling about what I think the autism community should grow. So I've been with probably every celebrity that you see on TV, every entertainer, every actor, every politician, side by side with them. And I tell people the difference is they won't reach back because they already have where they are, all of the resources, but they won't reach back to go back into the heart of the community.
Come on,
Why
shut
should
up.
they
I
be
get
with a
mad.
person like me? And as we grow, when they have, $1 million facility to take their kids in, here it is, I'm renting out a recreation center for $60. You know what I mean? Why go backwards? Or, they worry about things like that. That's that barrier there. However, the participant with the intellectual disability, they love the programs. So it's kind of give and take. And when I went to Pottstown, I never forget, I was speaking at a community center in Pottstown, and the gentleman said, I'm used to speaking to different types, size of groups. So he says, do you need a microphone? So I said, for what? It's just us. When I went there and I went through the back, through the gym, and came out through the auditorium, it was 600 that doesn't look like us, that was engaged in what we doing. However, I neglected to go outside the county because my commitment was to the West Philly area and my Philadelphia population and people that look like me.
Right.
So this is going to be the pilot. So I won't move until we're implemented in our community.
I want to say something.
Wow,
about that,
wow.
Dr.
Well, you done set a mouth for
But
us.
if we never grow, I'm
Yes.
content where we are in my current state.
You're
So-
right.
And you mentioned spiritual. There's a scripture that says, do not neglect good. Such sacrifices are pleasing to God. It's not about money.
That's right.
It's not about opportunity. It's not about me sitting in front of the camera. I'm not that kind of person. I'm all about, I'd rather be heard leaving a deposit for the next generation.
That's right.
My son Elijah, 22, he may never be the benefactor of fruits of my labor.
Right.
But someone else may.
Yes.
And my son just got hired for a job too, right before COVID.
Wow,
So
I wanna-
Wonderful, wonderful.
For those who are watching us around the world on the YouTube channel, and I want to thank Louie and those Pamela Evans, Patricia Evans. What I want to say, and I don't want to get into with all my shout outs, just want to make people that we definitely are aware.
No, but that's a good thing that we, because I just want, also all the shout out, I said different names and stuff, it's a blessing to hear, to see everybody tuning in,
That's correct.
And if I didn't say everybody's name, I'm letting y'all know you definitely, I definitely wasn't able to see everybody's name, but you are in my heart, and I thank you for supporting us.
And I want to thank
Yes.
D. Dukes from West Philadelphia telling people to encourage the call. What he just said, if you heard what he said, that he went up Pottstown, that's correct?
Yeah.
Where the man asked him that he needed a mic. He didn't know the impact of the other culture where they participate more in rallies, more in handicap fundraisers. Our culture has never learned how to unify when it comes to these type of things. And because if there's no money in it, they ain't in it. He talked about the different celebrities that he'd been with. Even me, I have been with the baddest and the biggest, even being with President Obama when he first was a senator running to, but I don't sit here on this show boast about the celebrity because nothing's gonna help me anyway, because he talked about for those who are in position are comfortable. And we have a wave where the majority of our culture are comfortable and we have never found out how to reach back. You better be careful what you're doing and going into the 21st century. God is able to visualize and see and got a record of everything you're doing. He could easily take his son and move into a bigger corporation that will give him a position because of the knowledge, the education, the dedication that he's doing for these children around the world. But because he's not going to lead into his organization, build a strong in the community of West Philadelphia on 60th and Walnut and Shepherd Recreation Center. For those who are watching me right now, I know that me and Dr. Rock Philly Hott Radio Show may not be great to some of the promoters and some of the elected officials, some of the big, rich, corporate black business people that's in the city, because we only own 1% of business because we have never developed unity and love. As long as we hate towards each other's success, none of us will make it or outdo each other. Then we sit there, talk about which show ain't this show ain't this. We ain't none of us.
Well, you know what?
Earl want to say hi. Earl. Hey, Earl, how you doing?
But you know,
So go ahead, Dr. Wright.
You know, said a mouthful. You know what
Go
it
ahead,
is?
Dr. Wright. Go ahead,
What
Dr.
it
Wright.
is people are trying to always be in competition with
Come
each
on,
other.
Dr. Wright.
You know, my thing is, what God gave you, and I keep telling people this, what God gave you is for you. You do you. And it don't have to be no competition. If anything, you don't support other people, what makes you think you're going to get the blessings? Because you're supposed to support others, and this is my feeling. You support others and what they do, and you will get support back. Because my thing is, you know, we can't be selfish. This is a selfish world. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it's true. A selfish world. We all have to support one another. We all have to help one another. We can't backbite one another. And I'm not just talking about.
And then say they know something more about you. I know something about him.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to do that.
Jesus
You're not supposed
Christ.
to back one, you know. And then we talk about love. A love thing. Or love period.
Yeah.
When we show love, we have to show love all the time. It's not just tomorrow. Okay, well, I won't show love tomorrow. The next day I'll be nasty. How is that going to work? How is that going to work?
I don't understand.
It's not going to work if you're going to be nasty one day and love the next.
But what we're going to do,
So that's not good. You know?
we're going to take a minute break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a minute break, commercial.
We're going to play a selection of a song. And this song is about a woman that's looking for a gauge in a woman. And we're going to just play a little bit of music as we talk a little bit real quick. And we want our audience to know what we are doing.
All right.
So, and I ain't got my reading glasses on.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Oh, no. Yeah, but
This is a song here, and this is Corey, and we wanted to. Thing is, want to take a look at we're going to talk about real quick. We didn't show our finance.
I know you're tired of me playing around. I think it's time for us to settle down. But it's on me to be a man of me, yeah. And let you know I'm serious. I hope you really know what I feel. I know I mess up, baby, that's for sure. I don't need you walking out that front door. You ain't leave me. Please believe in me, yeah. And I'ma show you love like you never felt before. Would you mind if I write you, baby? Would you mind if I iced you?
Hi, this is Showtime, the hype man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Okay, we're back. So we're going to talk about the upcoming events that he had. We're going to talk about building maybe his goal is to build a building in the heart of West Philadelphia where they building all these other buildings, but we're not investing money into our children. So this is your part to talk about that.
Thank you. So my vision for 2021 and beyond, so as you all know, we can't do in person. So now we're looking to do things virtually. So PIA is a 501c3. We have all our paperwork, and then now we can take. So if you donate toward PIA, it's 100% tax deductible donation.
Okay.
And the money now will be used to pay for staff. So for example, our tennis clinics that we do, I'll pay for a tennis instructor, and we'll be at Legacy Tennis on Ridge Avenue.
Yeah.
So I have Elijah and my coach Jerry, will teach there, and then the other participants, they'll be at the leisure day home doing tennis and exercises. So although we can't max out the numbers, we're looking to do them virtually. So it's a combination. And then once the weather break, we'll go out to 52nd and Parkside, where we have 6 to 8 participants, and the rest be at home.
Wow.
So as we do them on a rotating schedule, that way we allow all the families to participate in the event that they do feel comfortable with that, yet keeping in mind the CDC guidelines for social distance.
Right.
We offer all PPE stations, in all our activities. So we're looking to raise money. I am interested in purchasing some land as a building, so we can do a one-stop shopping, because like we do a technology workshop at the Apple Store at 16th and Walnut. However, we can't hold the numbers like that. So I don't want to stop a program just so we don't have a physical building.
Right.
So I'm looking to raise money to get our own facility. So
Right.
we won't have to go outside our community.
Right.
And we can. So unofficially, it's called the West Philly Athletic and Community Center. So I'm looking to meet with some politicians over the next few months to see if we can plant the seed on the vision and see if we can grow from there.
You know, I would like you to tell everybody how to, for donations to help you out. Like, where would they go to help, you know, as far as donating, helping out?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, www.peea.org. And if you go on any one of the home pages, you'll see a donate button. You can click that donate button, and you can make your donation right there. The website is in the process of being revised, so we're going to put all of the verbiage about it. We're going to put our EIN number on there, the tax exempt, all of that information right there, and then you can follow the prompts to support us in a donation.
Yeah. Wonderful.
For those who are watching us, and we hoping that our audience have a mastering hearing. It's important that just don't look at what we're talking. We want you to have a mastering hearing, to listen what he's saying. And this is a serious matter. And even those who are elected officials maybe might think that it might not benefit them because of their son or their child might not have or family member. It's important that we take advantage of what we're talking about. He didn't have to come on his show, but he did. And he watched us how me and Dr. Rock interview people. It's not going to be his first time because we want to be a part of all his affairs, that me and Dr. Rock can bring the cameras and do a live interview with the parents. What parents that were struggling because what you did that open up other parents to feel comfortable to come to you, or maybe knowing the signs of the disease of their child, and how the medication, also how a lot of these doctors look big on medication. And I see that by you being a student to your son and allowing you to see it every day, and over the years, you have found certain ways how to deal with this, for you don't get stressed out.
Right.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay, let me make that clear. Yeah. So, for those who are watching us, or maybe we need another show with him to come back again. Because I don't think that we have to do this to get social media to really get this thing on the ball. We just can't do a one-time shot. Anything you want to say on
No,
that?
because he has a thing to go to, that definitely that he was just telling us about. He has something to go. And, you know, because everything he's doing is definitely a great thing for his son and other kids. And I noticed that all the parents that joined him, you know, they're really happy, you know, about the program. So, you know, you just keep doing what you do, because you're doing a great job at it. And we definitely, Showtime and I on Philly Hott Radio, we definitely want to maybe start getting some donations out there, and we want to start coming to some of the things that he has. You let us know, and we'll definitely come and support you. Yeah, send us the flyer. We will support you in what you're doing, because we know you're doing a
I
great
even
job.
bring my character, Showtime the Hype Man.
Yeah, he'll bring his hype. He'll bring his hype. He's the hype man.
Appreciate it. And really quickly. So before COVID, we were going to launch our spring season, and I'm into serving our demographic properly. So before we did our spring schedule last year, I did some research. I did 27 schools in the West Philly and Southwest Philly area, just to see if it was, how can we get out there.
Right.
Out of 27 schools, there were 567 individuals with autism in the Philadelphia school system.
Yes.
That's just in West Philly and Southwest Philly. Not even talking all the other areas that we go to. Not even talk about Claymont, Delaware, Camden, New Jersey, the other things, you know. But right here in our own backyard, there's a need. I know there's a need.
Yes, it is.
So I encourage parents to jump onto our Pia Pals virtual chat that we have. Even if you don't participate, you're here, so I can talk about this till I'm blue in the face because I'm invested 100%. However, the way Pia grows, they talk to other families. I got some families that have been with me the whole 16 years.
Yes, it is 16 years. I
And
know.
you come, don't talk to me, talk to them. See what kind of, see how this has changed their lives.
Can I ask you a question though?
Of course.
What ages? That's what I wanted to know. What ages are you taking more so?
My youngest is 3, my oldest is 54, older than I am.
Okay, because
So
the reason why I'm
there's no
asking,
cutoff.
I do see a parent on here that, which was very nice to see her on here. So I'm gonna talk to my parents, cause I,
Okay.
get in contact with some of my parents that would love to be a part of this.
Okay.
And they might be, the kids are now like 30 something, maybe, well, 20, late 20s. These are kids that I had, they were 21, and then they moved on. But I'm sure they would definitely want their kids to be a part of it.
Yeah, last year I went to 60 schools handing out flyers. The thing is, when you go to the school district, the principal has to approve the flyer. Not putting the principals out there,
Yeah.
but if it doesn't make it to them,
Yeah.
some of this never gets out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but really quickly, so Pia partnered with my pals at ESPM Arizona, right there at 5929 Girard Avenue. We're doing free COVID testing today through Councilman Curtis Jones, Jr., Mr. 4th District, right there at 59th and Girard from 10 to 12 today. So if you needed some resources, have some questions, feel free to stop by ESPN Arizona 5929 Girard Avenue with Councilman Curtis Jones Jr., get your free COVID test, and learn about some resources that affected us in our own community.
Wonderful.
And then last, I always like to leave with some kind of encouraging quote. So there's a quote that I always like to, that gives me inspiration. It's by Dr. Cornel West. It says, you can't lead the people if you don't love the people. You can't save the people if you don't serve the people.
That's
my
wonderful.
mission right there.
Wonderful.
So thank you for having me. Whenever you need me, just let me know, because you know how we go back.
Yes.
Showtime, I appreciate all you do. Just putting yourself out there and using this platform to educate our community. So thank you very much.
We thank you so much too for coming and sharing with us, because you're doing a wonderful job. And not just that, he has another son too. So
Yeah,
he has
6 altogether.
He has 6 sons.
So just to let you know,
altogether.
I'm not exempt from what I'm serving. I have 4 boys. My oldest is 28. I have 4 boys, 2 girls. My daughter is 5.
Yes.
So I'm riding a wave of Elijah's a big brother.
You're funny.
Don't think I'm exempt from what it is. I'm putting a program, but I'm a product of the environment.
But you're also a great father, definitely a great mentor, and I'm not just saying he's because he's related to me. I'm letting you know this is him. This is the way he is. So
all day, every day.
Yeah, every day, all day. So he's a blessing. So if you want all the contact, everybody wrote down the contact information, to talk to him, or
And you can get my cell number out too, because I take intake calls now. So.
Okay.
So
all right.
when we do that announcement at 59th and Girard again, Dr. Rock, if you can,
The announcement of 59.
where you gonna be at today?
Oh, okay. You say you're gonna be at 59?
So today from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at ESPM Arizona, my partner is Mike Monroe over there, and all of the great barbershops. They're all about the employing the community. So from 10 to 12 p.m. you can get your free COVID test.
All
And
right.
then you can pick up some health resources, and that's from the benefit of Councilman Curtis Jones Jr.
All right. Well, Dad, definitely thank you so much for coming in. And I want to thank all my supporters. If, like I said, I didn't really get to say, I see you're coming on slowly but surely, but I thank you all for showing up and showing out and supporting this radio station. Natalie, Escalero, Sharon, Keith, may I go on? I know Tiffany was on here, Tiffany Henderson, Daryl, Keith, Keith's name again, Sharon. We have a lot of supporters.
Wow.
Bonnie, my sister-in-law, Bonnie, and Gina Moran. Definitely, I'm glad she's here watching. I do want to reach out to you, Gina, when later on I'll reach out to you. And Lewis Sandler, thank you so much for showing up and showing out. Wanda, my girl Wanda, Winfield for life, Wanda. All right,
So
everybody.
I do have some
Darryl, my
feedback.
double D.
Okay.
So I do have some feedback.
Yes,
So some of my
Andrea.
supporters said, such a great
Andrea.
show. You definitely speaking the truth. You guys
Yes.
are awesome. And they're so
Aaliyah.
proud of what we're doing. So thank you very much.
Well,
Thank you.
I want to say something for those who are watching us around the world.
Everybody, yes.
And I'm so grateful because I have a grateful spirit, and because of my spirit, and that we want to thank our guests and everybody else. We're trying to build something, me and Dr. Rock. And the only way that we're going to be successful, that we need ordinary people just like us to help us. We're reaching out to the public, to the city officials, those who are in bigger organizations that maybe we have a platform that suits everybody. And we're trying to deal with Philadelphia, but we and Dr. Rock going to extend our radio show outside of Philadelphia, those who are in Jersey, New York, Baltimore, Washington, where we are trying to do things different on this radio show. I want to thank everyone that tuned into Dr. Rock Facebook page. I want to thank everyone that tuned in to my Facebook page and everyone that tuned in on our YouTube channel. This has been a great show. Yeah. We learned something from this. We may not do everything that satisfies our audience, but we're going to do the best every Saturday morning and make sure that me and Dr. Rock serve our community and serve the children, and hoping that me and Dr. Rock can get a platform that can reach out so large that we can bring new audience and new people to help us support our show. So we want to thank y'all. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio, along with Dr. Rock.
Thank you, everyone.
Hi, this is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you at work. Along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. Tune in every Saturday morning